Hello there guys, this is just a video. I bought a Super Eva bike to do up. It's a 1999 cr250 two-stroke. I originally had a brand new 1998 cr250 two-stroke that I swapped for the 450 I got, and it was a cracking bike, and I've missed the two-stroke, so I've been searching for quite a while, and I've managed to find this one. It needs quite a bit of work doing it to get it right for race ready, but the main things, the engine has all been done up, the bottom and the top end, and there's new exhaust, some new plastics on it, but we've got a bit to do yet. But we got some different Renthal Honda bend handlebars coming on, grips, gonna put the hydraulic clutch on it, two new sets of tyres with heavy duty tubes in. There's a new rear sprocket on it, but it's 53 tooth, that's miles too big. It needs to be 50 or 49, one of the two. The rear wheel that's on it now, it came with another wheel, but this wheel that's on it isn't the original because it's got a smaller disc, so the other wheel has got knackered wheel bearings. So I'm going to change the wheel bearings on front and rear, and hopefully that wheel will go on here then and we'll be right. I think it's just the wheel bearings gone in the other one. There's a new gear lever on it, but there's a bit of play in it, so hopefully that's just not set correctly. This is I think the last year was about 2000, where it's either 2000 or 2001, where they had the manual, last of the manual power valve. Best engine this is. The 98 I had was a fucking outstanding thing, and it had a power flow carb as well, where you had a device on the carb that fed in extra fuel electrically. It was a fantastic engine, but this is a 99, so I think they changed it then, where they took it off. But a good Kihin carb on you, so she sounds like a real ripper. But I've got a brand new carb off another bike that could go on here, exactly the same, so we'll see if this works okay. It's not bad condition, the graphics are nice, I like this. Good exhaust system, pretty near brand new. DEP exhaust. All the engine has had new gaskets right through it, even split, so cross fingers, all that's okay. Top end's all been done, the lad said. The one foot peg is off it now because I was going to change the foot pegs, but they're slightly different, so I'm not sure what I'm going to do there yet. There's a good bit of work to do before we can race it though. So the front forks seem a little bit stiff. The lad said he'd put new springs in there, and I don't know if he overfilled them with oil or not. And definitely the rear sag is not right, because I don't think he was a racer. He was a real nice lad, and but you know, when you've done racing you can tell what people are like, because levers are in some weird positions and not set very well. And when you race, you know these things are going to be right, going to be very particular. So I'm not going to show you the whole process, because there's better videos than that showing people changing tyres and things and all this. If there's something that's a bit tricky, I will show you. Wheel bearings are easy enough. I might show the odd bit of it doing it, but this is the before, and I'll show you the after and explain how everything goes. I tell you one thing I have noticed, I forgot how hard the old clutches used to be, because it's just basically in there. I'm pretty sure it's got new plates in it and springs, but that is hard to pull. I wouldn't fancy pulling that all day long. How the hell did we used to do it? I can still do it with two fingers, like there we are. So this is a real classic One of my favourite bikes I ever owned, especially two-stroke, because it was so much fun. And look at my cockerel there. It was just so much fun to ride. It was like a mad banshee of a thing, revving out. And light compared to four-strokes, and easy to start. Because that is one thing I've learnt over this last 12 months, especially with my older four-stroke. If you drop that and it floods, you will, oh God, you won't be starting it until you're a lap behind easy. If you stall it, it'll start straight away, but if you drop it and flood it, it's a fucking nightmare. So at least with a two-stroke, it's pretty simple, isn't it? So when you see this next time, it'll either be doing a few of these jobs or it'll be at the end, okay? Well, guys and gals, there she is. Pretty much 98% finished. Just need a new rear mudguard and maybe change the seat. I'm not sure yet, I haven't made my mind up about that. But God, I'm as excited about this as I was when I started my 450. It brings back lots of memories when I used to race my new 1998 cr250. Animal of a machine. It was really, really exciting to ride it because it was such a good engine, and because these bikes are very quick turning and decent suspension, but because the fork angle was raked in a bit, they used to get quite a lot of head shake when you were going over high speed bumps. It was pretty exciting to ride, I have to say. So anyway, this has got, I'll tell you what's happened with this one now, so this should solve this a bit. My old bike, the 1998, was a good bike. It was really good suspension as well. But like I said, you used to have a little bit of head shake with it. Well, this has got cr250 2005 forks on now. So they're held up a little bit more in the clamps because they're 5mm longer. So to get them at the same height as the original forks, you have to hold them up 5mm. So these should be a lot better forks. They've got bump stop technology in these, so you won't be bottoming out on these. It's the rubber impact. A lot better. So hopefully we can set them up okay. It had the exhaust on it, a full DP exhaust system on it when I had it. The engine cases had been split by the previous owner and a new top end put in, so that's not that old. The top end was in this last 6 months, and he hasn't used it much due to the coronavirus, and the bottom end was done. He couldn't say exactly when, but you can see by the gaskets aren't even dirty on the cases. So what we've done to it, we put CR front end on it, so we've got upgraded forks, front wheel, new fender, new handlebars, 971s I think they are, the Honda bend, lovely handlebars, and I prefer them because they take a little bit of the vibration and stuff out. So we got the brake caliper and everything off the front end. Obviously the gizmos on there to release the air in the forks, very popular thing, and a lot handier than doing a screwdriver. DP exhaust system all the way through. Renthal grips, hard compound. I tend to just take a Stanley knife and shave the bits off that give you blister, and then sandpaper them a bit and leave the bits where you need the grip. Customise them a bit, and these grips won't rip all the time when you fall off. So you can make them good for blistering by just taking the ridges off where you need them in certain areas, and then sandpaper them so they're just got the dimples left there, and lovely feeling there. Custom made decals by me. Real old school, that's how I used to do it. Just get some backgrounds and then make your own numbers. I quite like that. New rear disc, It's a 240 disc. The original one here was the wrong size, so we got one of them. New pads, new rear wheel. There's an 18-inch wheel on this. I seem to remember it was a 19-inch wheel when they were originally though, so somebody has swapped that for enduro riding probably. That's why they've got the 2 rim locks in it. But no worries. I put a 49 tooth rear sprocket on it. There was a 53 on it, which would make it too low geared. So 50 was standard, so 49 on it. I quite like high gearing. That was just loose. There was nothing wrong with that, so I tightened that up. Hydraulic clutch, which I've put on. Love them. Since I bought that bike with a hydraulic clutch, I bought a cr250 with a hydraulic clutch last year, a 2003 model, and since I've used that hydraulic clutch, I couldn't believe how light they were. So when I sold that one, I kept the hydraulic clutch. I would suggest to anybody with an older bike, get one of these hydraulic clutches. It's a one-finger operation. Very easy to install as well on a CRF or 450 or CRF 250. Must get one of these. I just didn't have the time to get one of them because it's the weekend now. Like I told you, I've got a new fuel pipe on there. These engines are absolutely fantastic. None of this electric power valve crap. That's why I sold my 2003 model. I just could not get on with that electric power valve because the bottom end was just terrible. You had a job to do the jetting on it. Fine in the top end, but there was just no bottom end at all. So perhaps some people like that, but after riding one of these engines, you'd have a job to go to one of them. Hydraulic clutch, as I showed you before. This is, I think it's a must-have for an old bike when you get one of these things. I haven't tightened the head bearings up. Obviously they need tightening up a little bit because they're loose. They're perfectly fine now, and I haven't cleaned off this yet, but it's going to get work. This is going to go to a race next weekend. We are going to get racing with it. So I'm really excited. Really enjoyed this build. Been very hard work. I didn't think it would be such a hard work as it was to put that front end on, because that took a bit of sorting out. So hope you enjoyed this. I'll do a video of me riding it and starting it up. There we are, she's running. Running real well too. I haven't had any chance to do anything with the jetting at all, but it looks quite good. Might be a little bit lean perhaps, I don't know. No, not bad. Cool. Can't wait to ride this thing. I cannot wait. Ta-da!